Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to show number 249 of the Jimmy Palumbo Show. And of course, across the glass, my broadcast buddy for so many years now, Mr. Dave Sturchio. Checking in. Dave, how we doing?
Oh, I mean, Jim Dandy, first of all, had a nice Christmas, right? And I was treated to a fantastic Rutgers basketball performance last night. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but I have to say and start to show off, and I don't know if you read, and you were sitting right next to me last night when I was checking scores, and I was like, all right, this is, I should be well in command. Guess who lost?
You, no way. How did you look? What, but you had a huge lead.
Mr. Bijan Robinson broke off a 93-yard touchdown last night, which is a 15 to 16 point touchdown by itself. And by the way, there's another half of football to play. And Kyle Pitts decided, I don't really want to play tonight, so we're good, right? And then, so I lost the fantasy championship when I thought all was in the bag. I had graphics made. I had newspaper clippings of saying back to back. I had all this stuff, and then that humbled me quickly.
You are.
It's funny. When you
first of all, hang on. Yeah, first of all, everybody knows I can't stand fantasy. However, there was like a really nice check involved with this. It's not just we you buddies, you suck at picking draft picks. It's a cash value to losing.
Yeah, it was a significant chunk of change, right? But then it's funny because as soon as me and you were joking as I was getting out of the car, like, right. Shut the door, got in my car, started my car, looked at my text before I start to drive. Brother texts me, it's over. And I'm like, I know my brother tends to be dramatic a lot with fantasy football. So am I, right? I'm like, it's over. Like, come on, what do we do? Another fucking 25-yard run, right? No. He decided to do the longest run in the 2025 NFL season against us. And I was like, when you get home, then you got everybody's sleeping already, right? So like,
house is quiet.
Steph comes down. I know you said you lost, but like you typically say that all the time. Like, is it really official? And I was like, do me a favor. If you have the energy, can you just make me a frozen pizza? Because I need all the coping that I possibly can have right now. I was like, and I wasn't. Let me also preface it by saying I wasn't that kind. I'm straight up. I'm like, I was fed up. I was fed up.
You came home. You came home from a huge Rutgers win over Delaware State, and then you gave your wife shit, and you lost your fantasy league. That's a good one here to close out the season on show number 249. Brutal. I can't believe we've done 249 of these crazy things. And I got something for you on this one. Those of you scoring at home, the number 49 will take Tom Landry wore number 49 with the Giants when he played. Did not know that. And also, he's something weird. Now, maybe you know more than I. Only 5 Cowboys have worn the number 49. And only 4 of them played 1 year, and 1 of them played 2 years. So is it a retired number or something I'm not aware of?
Definitely not. I just think 49 just doesn't. Like, I know, look, I don't like the fact that the NFL followed college and saying, like, hey, no matter what position you play, we can wear any number down. I hate that, right?
Yeah,
like when the kickers are like 96. So I'm like, dude, what? Right?
True.
So, like, for 49, I feel like you're stuck. That's not, like, back in the day, 40s would be like your typical fullback, maybe your safeties. So I'm thinking to myself, like, any famous fullback we've ever had was Moose, and he wore 48.
I know, right? but only 5, and they only played 1 year. Maybe it's a jinx number or something.
Maybe, I don't know.
Dwayne Woodruff wore 49. Dennis Smith for Denver. Of course, you got Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry, probably the biggest 49 in my life. Then you got Tim Wakefield and Hoyt Wilhelm, pitcher 100 years ago, Hall of Famer. And for my brother, Felipe Alou.
Did you by any chance look at the comments, or you just said Hoyt Wilhelm on your own?
I just said Hoyt Wilhelm, yeah.
Okay, because Tyson actually said Hoyt Wilhelm.
I see. I'm not getting comments now.
No, I put it up on the screen. Okay. I was like, wait, he said it too. Like, that's almost.
No, I got a Hoyt Wilhelm for those of you who no one knows who he is. And of course, I figured, you know what? The San Francisco 49ers, who I can't stand. So that's really it on 49. It was a very boring number there. And plus, I'm not 49. I'm giving 11 points on that. So 249 ends with a bust at the end of the year. I do got to give a shout out. Today is sadly for me anyway, this is the 8th year anniversary in heaven for my dad. So I decided to decided to have my cup there. My dad, we went to the first Yankee Stadium game exhibition against the Cubs. We got a mug for it. We got a mug made up. My dad, 8 years ago. I can't believe it's been 8 years. Got the call in the morning. Wasn't doing so great. Ran down to Summit Hospital, and we were able to all be around him. He died very peacefully, but it still sucks. I got Lou Gehrig stuff all over the place. Anytime I still laugh. One thing about people talk about heaven reminders, like I'll be watching a Yankee game on Yes Network, and I don't know, like some guy will get guy on the other team on the Yankees will get like his third double of the game, and all of a sudden it's like 3 doubles tonight. Of course, that just ties the record, and it'll be like Lou Gehrig. I'm thinking like this guy died in 1941. Okay, it's 2021, and it's never all his big records. The consecutive games and grand slams, A-Rod beat. But there's always these weird records like, in a 30-game period, 17 triples, which ties Lou Gehrig. Like this guy. And I think of my dad all the time at that because he used to always say, see that? His records are not.
It's great. You say that, obviously I never met him. I wish I did because he sounds basically like an older version of you.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and a combo of you and your brother. But like I would say last night when we were at the game, we'll get into it all, obviously, but we were able to see your old friend and the fact that you were able to bring up a story about your dad taking out like a measuring stick to show his height of his truck. Yeah. And I was man, my dad would do the same damn thing.
You know what? Maybe later on in the show, maybe I'll tell that story. It's 2 funny stories that my dad will tell. But anyway, 8 years. You're not supposed to wish we were more like, I just thought of it, December 30th, I guess end of the year. But 8 years. Wow, I can't believe that. So on to which he would be happy. We're talking about baseball. That was his favorite sport. I'm a baseball man. That's what he used to say. This one just rolls off the tongue.
Now, is this part of the new pack? I forget.
Part of the new pack. We're in.
Okay, cool.
Week 2 of the new pack. We are talking about your friend and mine, Mr. Dave Veras. And I looked up this guy. And let me tell you something about old Dave. And I sent him an Instagram. So people know that Sturt Show is in charge of my Instagram account.
Some people don't know about that. And
what I did was not in charge of it, but he I'm still anyway. He posts shit for me on social media with the show and everything else. But I
always say the reason why I say that is one time I got like a notification that like Tyson Hogan sent a DM, so I just quickly replied, and I was like, oh shit, this was the Jimmy. Like, so I had to text him like immediately, like, hey man, sorry, like I don't answer his DMs, like they just popped up. I thought it was me, like mess.
But I sent him an Instagram. He's one of first of all, the guys I talk about on the show, they don't. You all right?
Yeah, keep going.
Their show needs a quick timeout. They usually don't have Instagram accounts, so I actually sent them a note saying, hey, I do this bit about baseball cards. I'll shit myself. And Dave Veras calls me back. But good old Dave, he was a righty, 59 years old, played from 94 to 2003, closer, 10 years in the league, played for Houston, Montreal, Colorado, St. Louis, and the Cubs. His best year, he was 36 and 35. 3.44 ERA. That means he'd be on the All-Star team today. 605 games, 95 saves. In 1995 with Houston, he had an ERA of 2.26 in over 72 games. Postseason, he was 0-1, 14 games with a 2.03 ERA. So he was decent with Houston in the playoffs. But he was traded 3 times. I guess it was part of that era when someone who needed a closer midseason. He got traded a lot. But he made decent money, like $1 to $4 million the last 5 years of his career. He was one of those players that was in the Little League World Series and in Major League Baseball. Let's see if anybody can find out how many years that is. And also, he was good friends with David Kyle, who died of a heart attack with St. Louis. And he is now a high school baseball coach. So Dave Veras with a fine card here. He's just a good-looking fella now. He's born in Alabama, and that is it. He lives in Oregon. God bless. David, I don't know how you say Veer. Maybe it's Veers or Veres.
Maybe. Sam's coming in saying, Dave, don't mind a pile on, but rookie mistake posting anything about your fantasy championship till it's over. So here's the thing, Sam. I literally in my description of all those posts, I literally said, like, I don't trust Yahoo. Like, I don't, like, 88% chance to win. I don't want to buy it. Like, I'm not buying into that. But I think the worst interaction that I had yesterday was literally right before I got with Jimmy. And it's when Joe Angelo, who everybody knows, right? Great officer of Woodbridge, right? My man, I love him to death. And unfortunately, today I've also read some news about his extended family. So my thoughts and prayers, obviously, to Joe and everybody over there. But he texted me and he sent me the money, right? Because we agreed already, me and this guy, Jimmy, who I was playing, we agreed, hey, let's try to sweeten this up a little bit. So whatever. He sent me all the money that I needed. And he comes back, he goes, congrats, man, back to back. This is at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, don't you dare. I said, what are you, nuts? Saying something like that to me? Like, I want to post that photo, like that, the back to back. And I'm like, dude, like, I just can't. My dad's watching the whole thing because, he obviously roots for me and my brother to do these things and win and all this shit. So, like, he was probably here for a loss of words here. Keep in mind, my brother, and I told you about this, which you even said, who are not a fantasy guy, you were like, that's hard to do. Like, my brother left 100+ points on his bench because he just felt like riding the hot hand. He made 3 decisions that were just uncharacteristic of him. My brother lost 2 championship games.
That's brutal. That's like, well. So now everybody in the fantasy world, the season ended yesterday.
Yes.
Now, why doesn't it end next week?
Because of the risk of guys being sat for not in contention, not in, like, for instance, if you were in the championship next week and you have Justin Herbert, they already announced, like, hey, we're resting him for the playoffs. It's like, oof,
that's the fantasy shit that I have no idea about. I was in a fantasy league with the family. We tried to have everybody on Zoom to do it, and everybody got bored. It was all auto picks, and my only good pick was Wandale Robinson was on my fantasy team, and Kyle Manunga here. I
have Manunga. I wrote him all day, all freaking season. He was great. And even the worst part about this is, I drafted Bijan Robinson number 3 overall in my home league, and he carried me to an extent. My draft wasn't all that great looking back, but like, he carried me. I was in games because of him. So then when I got bounced out of that league, I'm like, that's whatever. He was great. Then I come face to face with the title game, and I'm like, oh, he's got Bijan. That's cute. Like, so the guy I pulled for all year was the one to do me in last night.
You know what the bottom line is? You could talk about draft picks and everything, all this crap about fantasy. You lost a fucking $1,000 on a 93-yard run. That's the name of this show. I don't want to hear about, well, I had Bijou, whatever the fuck his name is. You lost $1,000. That's it. Which
give or take a couple cents. Yeah.
Yeah, there will be no show live from Key West. That's all I'm saying about that. Personal note there. We'll leave it. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, my God.
Turns out the bachelor party's in downtown Elizabeth at Breathless. We'll be right back.
I would welcome that with open arms. Open arms.
We're going to get to that road stuff in a moment. But it's Patreon day here. We are at 55. I can't believe we have no 56. I got to give a shout out to Rob Pastor, Janine Michaud, and Joe Sinecor, my boy from Ramsey. Also, a year-end thank you to all my Patreon members. It really helps. It helps me pay Dave. And hopefully we're going to be doing some more cool stuff in the new year.
Now I need it more than ever, guys.
Yes. Him and his fucking fantasy now. I need more Patreon. Hogan or Clark, come on, up your monthly subscription to the Jimmy Palumbo Show. But yeah, all my patrons, I really appreciate it. My family members and my new friends. I feel like I'm really good friends with Tyson Hogan and
the Tysons and the Hogans.
Tyson and the Hogans, which I said that last week. So that's the new thing. My Patreon is sponsored by the Tysons and the Hogans. I'm sure right now I feel bad. Darryl Clark is actually getting a remediation, insurance companies with mold, with a leak behind his kitchen pipes. I was like, oh my God, that's the worst.
Happy New Year.
World. And a Happy New Year to everyone. All right. Well, Of course, since the end of the year, we're all chasing miracles here at Shea.
Jesus.
Segue
day here at Shea. I got you.
Segue day, chasingmiracles.com. Stem cell patches, your friend and mine, of course. These things are very good for you. Shit your body needs. You get better energy. Go talk to Tommy and Donna at, of course, your friend and mine. Go to chasingmiracles.com here from the Omni. I haven't said the Omni in a while. So go to chasingmiracles.com.
Mrs. Sturgio, why are you filing for divorce? Well, my husband had me put up the Christmas lights and then yelled at me because of fantasy football.
That's it. You know what? I love
God. It's the coldest day of the year today. I am out on the street because of all the hoopla that I've had to deal with.
You have caught minimal shit for not putting up the Christmas lights. I don't care what anybody says.
Enough shit on this show. Thank you.
Next year you will do what I say. It's not that much to string a couple.
Which is by the way, great. By the awesome Christmas card that you sent to my house, and the last line you said was "Put up the lights."
It's unbelievable. Put your own fucking lights up. Are you kidding me? Big guy like you're drinking water like it's a fucking like you're a fish, and you don't put the lights up. And all I said to you was string some lights around your daughter's bed. Oh, too much work. I would have been there in 15 minutes. First of all, for some reason, I'm doing a lot of visits to the Sturgio house.
I was going to say, you're going to fix my heat too, right?
I'm fixing your heat. Can't wait to find that.
I just got the bill. My wife just texted me the bill. And I was like, hey, just do me a favor. Just send me the bill and I'll pay it. She goes, oh, I paid it already. It was $426.
That's because you got leaks. Well, first of all, I was in an older house at one point. It's similar to yours, I guess, but probably the same age. And has anybody out there done the plastic thing over the windows? We talked about this last night. They're available at Home Depot. You got to literally, it looks like saran wrap, and you cover the outside of it, and then you take a blow dryer, and so the first time I did it, the blow dryer went too close. It burnt it. It blew the saran wrap looking thing. And I was like, wait a minute. So finally I set it up right. I put the blow dryer, rock solid seal, not a drop of.
I gotta say that's probably something my dad has done at some point. I don't know if it was our house.
Ask him. It totally works.
But the problem is, like with my house, like I said, like you said, like it's 100-year-old house. There's gonna be like these little cracks and and just drafty, and like it's cold, man. Dude. I can't tell you how many people from all these window companies have stopped, like drove by the house or just driving by, like, ooh, and they just stop. It's like a green light to them, like, oh, let's talk to these guys about spending $40,000 on new windows. And I'm like, it'll be fine. It's the winter's only 3 months,
And listen, and you'll save $40 a month, which means you have to stay in that house till you're 97 to make up for the beautiful Pella or Anderson windows. I had the guy come. It was $40,000 to change every fucking window in the house.
And the best part is, like, you want to talk about what you shouldn't say to like a woman in 2025, right? I wasn't there the first time, and when she was like not like politely shooing somebody away, saying like, hey, we'll get back to you, whatever. These guys would literally, no bullshit, say to her, well, where's your husband? Where's the person that can make the decisions?
Oh, analytics. What I'm talking about.
Bro, you 30 second at the very least, because you're about to get scorched earth. My wife is going to eat you up and spit you out. Like, no, you cannot do that.
But the problem is, if you were in the other room, you would have been angry, but then you would have been like,
I was trying to be like,
that's
decision makers here.
All right, Big Daddy's here. What do you got? Windows? That's tough.
But my problem is though, like she's very polite with it. I'm not so much. Like when hey, I'm gonna come in the house real quick and do some measurements. I said, for what? We didn't agree to anything. Well, here's the estimated price, and if you lock it down today, there's been times I'm like, hey man, look. All due respect, thank you for the Venn diagrams that you've been bringing in, all the models. Get the fuck out of my house. That's enough. Goodbye. No more. Goodbye.
It is worth it. It is worth it to do, but only it's a lot of money, and they have financing and everything else. Yeah, by the way, I just realized this is my Christmas card right there. There you go. My daughter and me. So anybody watching, that's it. Merry Christmas. That goes out to the Tysons and the Hogans. and the Darryl Clarks of the world. All right. Well, listen, we had a little fine Monday.
Wait, did you actually text Darryl a Christmas card?
Maybe I sent the photograph. Maybe I do that.
First of all,
I don't have his address.
I've never dove into that world. And believe it or not, somebody has literally gotten mad at me for not sending one back one year. And I said, buddy, I don't do Christmas cards. I just haven't done it. And he's like, well, I gave you my address. And I'm like, oh, all right. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be like, hey, Christmas card time. Like, I just never did it. Like, I don't know. Once you go down that hole, you got to do it like every year. And I don't want to do it.
Well, my mother is famous for sending out, it takes you forever. She sends out very personal Christmas cards with a personal note on it. And I decided that, you know what, I should continue to do that, even though my circumstances have changed a little bit over the years. And but I do it. And it's funny, you get the ones that you make sure you get the ones that get you back out first. But that's the way you do it. Anyway, it's not that big of a deal. I get a photo, send it out. Nobody does that anymore. It's a dying breed. I also do a personal note. Nothing's typed, so some people get a kick out of that. But
you have the penmanship of a doctor, by the way.
Awful. I agree with that.
Like if this was a script, I don't even know what you just prescribed me.
First of all, because I'm trying to rush them to get him in Monday morning's mail.
Oh, by the way, I got him on this. I got my Christmas card on December 26th.
Well, mostly everybody did. Because I was
you just wanted to separate yourself from everybody else. You're like, hey, you thought Christmas is over? Here comes Jimmy.
Listen, it's a little FU to the people when you get your Christmas card on September 9th. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, my mother-in-law sends it in like basically right after Thanksgiving. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like
crazy
already?
Crazy to me. Well, we had a fine little Monday. I took Mr. Sturcio. We had a play date at the Rutgers Athletic Center, formerly also known as Jersey Mike's Arena. You've never been there, which is embarrassing. And we played a powerhouse, Delaware State, and they're ranked. Now, there's 365 basketball teams ranked by Massey ratings, okay? 365 Division I teams. Delaware State is ranked 358. Okay. And we beat them by 15. And most of the game, you'll agree, was about a 7-point game, 6.7.
Yeah. Every time there was like a 4-point lead and like we hit like another bucket to make it 6, Jimmy would yell, all right, it's time to pull away.
I know. Yeah.
I'm like, Jimmy, I don't know if that's happening anytime soon, but whatever.
Of course, we're ranked 109, which is gross, dead last in the Big Ten. Rutgers. We were having fun. My brother's seats are, you're 10 feet from the court. You can't get better seats than that.
The only thing I kept thinking about was Ari Gold. Like when Ari Gold's on the court side and somebody's like down in front. He's like, I paid $3,000 for these seats. I'll go out there and launch a 3 if I want.
So literally, like you can, but the thing is, when you're that close, you see the stink closer. In other words, like you're so close to the player, you want to just go like, "Hey, dude, you don't even want to yell it. You want to go like, "Hey, dude, you stink." You see the bad passes. You see the bad, like when they switch defensive rotations. You're like, that guy's not going to get there in time. Like, it's just, I don't know. The seats are great. The game was okay. A couple guys hit some shot. We only shot 30% from the floor against one of the worst teams in the country.
They got some spark plugs over there. Not gonna lie, they got some guys. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Rutgers. Like they got some kids that can score and shoot. Like they do.
This kid Tariq Francis gets a little hot.
And Joel Embiid Jr., number 21. That dude's a monster. I don't know.
But dude, people are calling him the worst big man in the country. So anyway,
of course, I see him in person. I'm like, I want his autograph. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you right now, he's one of those guys. If I was his size, I would already be out. I'd be playing alongside Derek Harper and Ace Bailey in the NBA. He's a monster, that guy. But he stinks. Rutgers is 0-2.
And because of the fact that we were so close, like I couldn't use my Rutgers football voice for anything. Because the guy even next to me, he's like, there'd be like a charge, and I'd be like, oh, what the? And he'd be like, oh, it was the right call. I'm like, what?
I told.
Who are you talking to?
Because I know I've seen you at Rutgers games, and sometimes you get nuts in a different way than I do, and you curse a little bit, and I was all like, Dave,
I'm going to work on that.
I said, Dave, these seats, it's indoor, you can't really. And you're like, on the way in, you were like, whatever. All of a sudden, as you're walking down, you went, ooh, I could totally see me getting.
Yeah. It was like one charge call. I was like, I said something. He was like, it's right. It's not the right call. And then the referee is literally, I can flick him with my finger. And I was like, yeah. I just started. And then I was like,
now listen, it's the kind of seats where if you yell out, "Hey ref, you suck," he is totally going to hear that you said that. Like, but there's some games where the fans get a little rowdy, and you'd be all over that. But listen, they're 0-2 in Big Ten play. 18 more to go. I'm predicting a 1-19 Big Ten record.
Oof, Jesus.
My football Giants. I'm wearing my ugly sweater day here at Shea. The Giants had the number 1 pick, and then they, fucked that up by beating a team that's worse than them. You know what's funny? The Giants blew the number 1 pick, but the Raiders, like, if I'm the NFL commissioner, I'm like, the Raiders should really pick first.
No, if I'm the commissioner, I'm saying, you know what? It's cool. You lost. We're still going to give the Giants the number 1 pick because of the crap the Raiders pulled like 3 days before the game, like Crosby, their tight end, like 77 guys on IR. I said, players don't tank, but GMs absolutely do. And coaches.
And the coaches don't have GMs make those calls. I caught shit for saying if the Giants finish number 1, they should look at some of the QBs available. I caught a lot of heat for that. And everybody's like, look at Dart, beat the Raiders. And I looked at his stats. I'm like, what a great game. No touchdowns. He ran for 2. Like, as soon as I see, I'm so right about this. Listen, Mahomes used his legs to win 3 Super Bowls. But he used his legs in a different way. Because when he had to throw an underhanded fucking slider fastball to a receiver 30 yards downfield, double covered, he did that. I'm just not sold on this guy Dart yet. And I think there's power in the number 1 pick. I know you don't care. You want your team to win, but.
No, but I mean, like the team itself, the Giants stunk this year. So it's like, it's very hard for me. Like, look, as a Cowboys fan, do I want Dart to stink for the rest of his life? Yes. But like.
Listen, if the Cowboys beat the Giants, they'll drop again in the first round, and you lose. There's a talent every 3 or 4 spots you drop, man. It affects your draft. It really does. I think, and I think we talked about it a little bit privately. The NFL's got to do something. At least the NBA, they say, okay, the team that really blows, they have a really good chance to be number 1. But like the team that kind of sucks and kind of blows, and you have a 10%, 15%. So at least, and it's a lottery. I think it's the way it should be. There's too many teams tanking, and I predict they will make a change there. I just think they got to do it when some major QB is available, and I don't know. I just think it's stupid. The teams are just anyway. The Giants will do what they got to do, I have nothing to say about the Giants other than Wan'Dale Robinson is a player that is showing some promise. Abdul Carter is playing better. I've been bashing him all year. He's playing a little bit better the last 3 weeks. Not worthy of the 5 pick, but playing a little bit better. Also
nowhere near worthy of a defensive rookie of the year, which he's claiming he's going to go get this week. And I'm like, to who? For what?
If he wins defensive rookie of the year, then every defensive player that's a rookie stinks. That's what I'm going to say right there. You got to be kidding me.
And again, I don't pay attention to the rookie class of the defense, but I got to assume that there's a couple of guys that kind of shined a little bit brighter than Abdul Carter on the 3-13 Giants. Like,
is being a holder part of defense? No, that's I'm thinking like some guy who's like, wait a minute.
Look at the way he holds that rock.
Yeah, every extra point field goal, I didn't drop the hold. They should have a award for the best holder. How funny would that be?
Well, that's another thing the other day. So the Pro Bowl is a joke right now. Like, it's a popularity contest. My dad even pointed out, he's like, somebody made the Pro Bowl that hasn't played since week 4 because of injury. And I said, well, Dad, it's a popularity contest. The fans vote. A lot of the fans do this and that. But then, like, I'm watching the Niners Bears the other night, and they're like, Kyle Juszczyk is back in the Pro Bowl. I'm like, 2 teams use a fullback. That's why he's a Pro Bowler, because that's the only fullback left. It's him and it's Ricard from the Ravens.
People forget there's the Pro Bowl, and then there's the All Pro.
All Pro is where it's at. That's what you want to get. That's what you want.
For years, I got that confused. I'm like, Pro Bowl, oh boy, a big difference.
Like Micah Parsons made the Pro Bowl, and I'm like, okay, yeah, for what? The first 14 games of it, like, all right, fine, but come on.
And now he's hurt, and well, listen, of course, Christmas passed, and I hope you had a fine Christmas with the family. You posted some nice pictures of your kids inundated with toys. all over the place. Wait till that credit card bill comes in. And Sturcho wants to tuck it over. I had a very nice Christmas with my family. Christmas Eve was with my daughter. Christmas Day was with my daughter, too, at my sister's house, who did a very nice job of cooking a traditional big-ass meal. It was great. I got to see my nephews, Jimbo and John Henry. They're both gone. You know what sucks? All my nephews now, I got one in Austin.
I got breaking news here.
Okay.
The Cowboys just released Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, but didn't he kill somebody or something?
Trayvon Diggs? No, he's an injured corner.
No, the guy on the guy on Patriots strangled somebody.
Oh, that's Stephon Diggs' brother.
Okay, so the Diggs family having a very good end of the year with a nice little run.
Damn, dude.
I was not even waiting. I think Diggs was an overrated player, but he had a knack for the ball. I'll give you that. So had a nice Christmas, got to be, but you know what sucks? All my nephews don't live here anymore. I think it's awful. I got a nephew in Austin, Texas. The other nephew's moving there in a month. I got another nephew in Miami. I got another one in Los Angeles. I got another one in Richmond, Virginia. Madison, my other niece, she's in Waco, Texas. And the only ones I got are my cousin John's kids up in Connecticut. Even that seems a little far. My other niece, one of them's in like Philly. I think it sucks. But a shout out to my cousin Michael's grandkid, one of my nephew's little boy, Nicholas Jack, and the Nicholas Jack Band, celebrating his 1-year birthday on Saturday in downtown Kenilworth here at the Galloping Hill Golf Course. We had a blast. There was 10,000 kids there. It was awesome. My daughter kept on holding this little redhead kid, and I was like, this kid's all over the place. Turns out they were twins. I never felt so old in my life. I looked and I said, you got 2 of them? And then it was another one, 2 years older. I was like, oh my God, you got 3. But Christmas was good. All that different stuff. Now, for New Year's Eve, I am actually playing pickleball from 6 to 10. How pathetic. That is, you know what? Listen, I'm playing pickleball. And of course, you have to bring food there's like 22 people playing on so many courts, right? And so all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't know what to bring. What do you want me to do? I have to pay someone to cater it in, whatever. $20 gets. So next thing you know, I'm in charge of getting wings. I'm getting a large tray of wings. I didn't even get that bill yet. And one of my buddies is bringing pumpernickel bread. So I'm bringing wings, which is probably going to cost me $60 for a huge tray of wings. He's making pumpernickel bread. Next year, I will be baking fucking toast to bring to this thing.
Dude, the go-to for me, whenever I have to do anything or my family has to do anything, it seems like the go-to for our family is Pretzel Factory. Just go get yourself a tray of those fucking things and just bring it.
I know. You know what? I should have done that. We don't have.
And they come out with they come with the icing and the cheese and all this other shit. That's the easiest fucking thing ever.
You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna go to Krauser's or 7-Eleven and get a box of those finer donuts with the plain powdered and the chocolate covered ones. And then everybody mocks them out in the beginning. Yeah, what are those things? Da, da, da. End of the night, there's only one plain donut left in that because you get a buzz on. Oh yeah, what do you got? Powdered donuts over there?
Dude, first of all, like you're talking about holidays of bringing stuff to holiday parties and all that stuff. Just think of the last tailgate that we had. Like I was like, I'm drinking Miller Lights, and I'm like, is that crumb cake?
I know.
Well, who was bringing crumb cake? Like pizza and burgers and hot dogs and crumb cake, and I was like, crumb cake.
You got choices out the wazoo at our
greatest tailgate ever.
At least we won the tailgate. Coming to you live, spring game, April and fall of 2026 here at Shea. But you know what happened to me at pickleball? Now, you don't play it, but you can relate to this. So when you play pickleball, sometimes there's a lesser player playing with a really awesome player. But I was the worst player on the court, no doubt. And I was trying to hang out. I was also the oldest. And so there's this one guy was playing with this female, I'm going to mention names. She's really good. And so I was hitting it to her, but not consciously. I just was like, and I was trying to get the ball back each time. So and my partner is a buddy of mine, and we bust balls when we play. A lot of laughs, this, that, and the other thing. So when the match is over, we beat them 11-7, right? The match is over. Now, the other guy across the net, I thought he was a good player, but he wasn't like, oh, my God, the best player in the room. No, sir. And I was hanging with him like, the Mexico City judge had it, 115, 114. So I'm 6 people in the world get that joke. So
I'm one of them.
So with that, when you greet at the net and you touch paddles, nice man, way to play. That's just no big deal. Everybody kind of knows each other. I played with this guy before. I don't know him that well. So he says, yeah, I'm here. You could have hit the ball once to me. And I just went like, yeah. He's like, not once. Did you hit the ball to me? And I went, what? He goes, right in front of the girl partner, insulting her as if to say, you hit it to the shitty player. And I just went, no, man, I wasn't doing that at all. I'm trying to get the ball back. You guys are good. And he's like, yeah. He got in my face and out of nowhere. And I'm not a tough guy. He got a little loud and I walked over and we're in between the courts now. And I just went, I don't know what made me do this. I was like, I said, what are you, a fucking pussy? Dude. Dude, the whole place got dead silent. I looked at, now this guy, I gotta be honest with you, he was bigger than me. I was like, we're walking up, because I was like, when someone's giving you shit, but you're on tape delays, that ever happened to you where you're like, wait a minute, I'm catching shit here. I said, what are you, a fucking pussy? I said, yeah, I'm not trying to hit that. Bennett's I'm giving her name out. It's a really good player. So with that, I was like pissed. Now I'm like, what is it with these douchey pickleball people? So I get out. I was like losing my mind. The next match, I hopped in another court. I was awful because I was like, this guy's like, what are you talking about? So then I get on the court with a friend of mine, this gal, and she's like, Jimmy, what's going on? You're like, you're yelling at people? I'm like, no. You only saw the pussy part. You didn't see the regular. And then all of a sudden she's like, well, he doesn't, he's mad at you too. And I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. And then I realized I sit there with a guy. I'll say his name because he's a great guy. I sit with it during the break. I sit with this guy, Nick. And I'm like, he goes, Jimmy, what are you yelling? What's going on? I said, the guy got accused of something. And then he gave me a look because he's like an administrator at a high school, And I looked at him and I was like, am I really getting mad at someone over pickleball? I said, that's pathetic.
That's legendary.
Right. So with that, now people were worried because this guy's Italian. It looks like a little bit of a hothead, and I can act like a hothead, but I don't fight people ever. Next thing you know, I'm playing with him. I get on the court. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I was like, if I was a real dick, we go at it. And I looked up. I said, hey, man. I touched his, we touched, I said, hey, man, hey, brother. And
did you just say we touched paddles?
You thought that's what you do. I said, hey, let's go. And then I looked to him and I said, he goes, yeah, we're good. And I realized people were watching. They thought maybe like we were going to go at it or something. And I gave him a hug. I said, man, we're getting in a piss fight over pickleball. That makes us the fucking both pussies.
You should have. What's his name on the Bad News Bears? Kelly Lee or whatever. He just starts like picking off all the plays. Right? You should have just started cutting in front of him. Like,
no, he's better than me. This guy, dude. And then of course, we've been playing for 3 hours. I was like Sully with the jet. I told him, I said, dude, I'm exhausted. I said, they touch paddles. It's so funny. So I said, and some guys who have expensive paddles go like, ooh, don't touch my paddle, please. So anyway, so I told him though, we were playing for 2 hours and 50 minutes, and I'm older. I was like, dude, I'm like Sully. I'm gonna have to put this down in the Hudson. I'm out of gas. I'm not gonna make it. We proceeded to get our ass kicked by people that I think I might be better than. And he started to laugh because, man, you're playing like shit. I said, dude, I'm out of gas. Only reason why I came out is because you were playing on the court. And I had nothing left in the tank. But I was like, I still stick to my guns. But I called someone a pussy really loud. Oh, my God. What a
Well, I tell you right now, like
you would have been, forget
I don't have many, I don't have many broadcasting goals going forward. Like I'm just, I'm doing my thing. Like I'm just trying to, just enjoy life. Right. Like, but in 2026, I might have to have a broadcasting goal to call a pickleball game. Because I don't know if there's anything funnier than two old men about to throw down, and I'm going to be the one to say, paddles are down.
Yeah,
Like gloves off? No. Paddles down, and now we're just gonna fucking scrap. And oh my god, that would be amazing.
It's you know what? Well, first of all, if he acted that way to you, you definitely would have went out.
I would have floored him. Would have floored him.
Do you know what I'm saying? When somebody is, you're getting yelled at, but you think it's like kidding around. You think dude, that's happened to me.
I literally, yes.
All of a sudden you realize, wait a minute, this guy's really like, he's pissed. And I'm like, and that's what I called it out. But anyway, it just made me laugh. I'm like, oh my God.
That is the story of the year. You saved it for the last episode of the year.
Plus I'm going to get beef for a $60 tray of fucking wings.
I got home, had a couple cocktails, and I sent them a Christmas card.
I know, he got a Christmas card sponsored by chasingmiracles.com. But
gentlemen, please touch tips. Touch paddles. Becky from downtown. That's funny.
Becky Chiavarini. I don't even know who that is.
She's always Becky Roberts to me. I'm sorry. That's just the way it's going to be.
Don't you hate when like cool chicks keep their marriage name? Keep your old name.
Yeah, keep your old name. It was so much easier.
Now we're getting side order of cock jokes coming in. They
went to breakfast together.
Oh my God.
Next week. But
I think I was more mad that people think I was this is the third time this has happened where I guess because my voice is louder, but I never fight. But if someone says something wrong, I get a little excited and aggravated. Oh my God. So that's my pick.
Yeah, a lot easier to spell, Beck. Yeah, and I get it. That's a lot. She went from Becky Roberts to Becky Chiavarini. It's like, all right, not shocking.
Chiavarini. That sounds like someone who's in like the NHL. Chiavarini along the near side.
Chiavarini shows gone.
He's gone. Wide save. No, I thought it was him. My kitchen is not done. Segway day here at the Omni, and I'm losing my mind. The wrong microwave came in. Listen, this is a public service announcement to all contractors in the world and to all homeowners. This is my advice to you all. I'm going to do this is going to be a fifth podcast coming from me. Just always say no to any renovation in your house. I don't care if your fucking kitchen is leaking into your children's bed. I don't care if your dishwasher sounds like a fucking Allman Brothers concert. I don't care if the lighting fixtures are filthy. I don't care if there's mold. I don't care if the house is on a slant. It could collapse. Say no to a renovation. No to any, because you know what? Your life gets disrupted. You don't know where forks are. You don't know where your place is a fucking mess. Say no. Say no.
You're doing podcasts from your bed.
I'm doing podcasts from my bed. Workers are going. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to follow these window guys and these contractors. As soon as they knock on the door, I'm like, just here to make sure you said no, right? You said no. Let me look at your kitchen. You're good. You're good. Does the sink work? Does the dishwasher work? Does everything work? You're fine. Tell your wife to lay up. Renovations, there's nobody else. And then when the renovation gets done, you're so aggravated. You're like, isn't it real nice? Yeah. Like my buddy Mark sold me the appliances because he works for a company. I almost said the name. I don't want to say the name. And he's like, how's that dishwasher? I'm like, well, the other one washed the dishes. And this one, I hit a button to the left. You know what it does? It washes the dishes. And my sink's the best. You know why? You touch the water comes down, you wash the dish. Yeah. And the oven, dude, my new oven, it's unbelievable. You hit on and it goes up to like 375 and you put something in there and it cooks it.
Get out of here.
Yeah. The old one, you had to twist the knob.
Oh.
And it went to 375.
Who wants to twist knobs? 2025, not me.
I swear to God, I'm going to make this part of my stand-up. I think I always wanted to have a thing called the regular store where like, oh, you got ovens now? Yeah, you know what it does? It heats your fucking food. There's one knob. You get the temperature rating right there, 375, done. You don't need your oven. There's a temperature setting like 7,000 degrees, okay, which means like you're on the sun and only to clean out. Oh my God.
I have a weird, I call it a tick or something. I don't know. I can never, I don't know why. I could never let something finish the countdown, right? So if I put something in, I want to warm up something from last night.
You hit stop when it's not like
I set it for a minute 45. There's no shot that minute 45 is going through. Why like I'm stopping with like 8 seconds left, and that's it. And then like Steph's like, "Why don't you just let it like?" And I'm like, "No, it's It's good enough. You know, like, you couldn't wait 8 seconds, you know? I swear, you can look at my the microwave at my studio. I guarantee it there's like 2 seconds left.
You know what it is? You know that's because in your dreams, you're a douchebag head coach in the NFL that calls a timeout with 8 seconds to go, up by 22 to kick a field goal.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Tyson might be on the side. Maybe I don't like hearing the beeps.
Could be.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, also another public. You know what? I love my public service announcements. Now, do you have any Yeti products in your house?
No, my brother does, though. He's got pretty much Yeti everything.
Okay. If your brother is listening to this, I learned something this morning about Yeti. Okay, here we go. You know this top part of the Yeti that you put on with the magnet thing? Okay. Well, there's usually a little black strip in here. Do you know that comes off easy to clean it?
No,
you don't. You know why? I took mine off. The gingivitis that was underneath the black seal. Okay, all right. This looked like World War I trench warfare underneath this thing. You could take this off. So everybody that has a Yeti, and there's Yeti people. Your brother might be. I'm a Yeti guy. Keeps my coffee hot for like 7 hours. But I took this off, and I was like, "Oh my God, the Knicks." I had a really
Yeti, if you're watching, come on board in 2026.
I want to be sponsored by Yeti because I am telling people that you got to take it off gingerly. And but I don't think people realize the black suction that keeps it from
I did not
leaking.
know. Usually when that comes off, I'm like, you fucking broke it.
No, never. You have to get the little fork thing underneath. Anyway, that's my. But
learn something new every day.
Well, listen, speaking of the new year, we have other big announcements besides our At Least We Won the Tailgate podcast. Dave and I are also franchise owners of OxyMagicUSA.com, OXY, MagicUSA.com. I look like I'm 90 in that photograph. Go to Oxy Magic USA. They're the best carpet cleaners in the land, 80 locations nationwide. My carpet is so messed up from this construction going on. I can't wait to get them here. Go talk to Tom and Natalie or buy yourself a franchise with me and Dave. What else we got here? Beer League. Okay. We're definitely moving forward with Beer League. Episodes 2 through 10 have first drafts written. And we were going to have a read through on the 14th with the cast. We pushed that back because we really want to tighten these bad boys up. And not only we have to tighten them up, we have to figure out through lines, like where are we going? Like I've never done something like this where it's not just writing an episode. Now we got to figure like, where's Johnny Trino going to go? Where is Manganelli going to go? Where is Alphonse going to go? And so we're going to really tie that all together. I'm really happy with the direction we're going in. One of the producers has just been awesome. 213 TV, David Sonkin, a shout out to you. Really creative and helpful. I got to give him a lot of credit for that.
The song.
I also just make sure I already mentioned it. I hope Darryl Clark signing off with his remediation, going with the mold.
Yeah, no, he checked in before saying live from the mediation or remediation, whatever the fuck it's called.
There he is. And he's the one with side order of cock there with the paddling. Which
I'll never get old.
Oh my God! Which of course brings us to which we next. I think we're going to do this earlier in the segment. I think we're going to do the Absolute Eyewear NFL Stinks List. That's right, Absolute Eyewear, 42 Main Street, Woodbridge, New Jersey. They are the best opticians in all of the land. They got everything over there. They drink with Charles Oakley there behind the counter. Go talk to Janine and Craig Michaud. You get $100 off a complete bear if you just mention anything to do with me. My name, Rutgers, Woodbridge, Colonia High.
The Knicks.
God bless the Knicks. All if you mention all of Janine's favorite teams, you get. If you mention teams she hates,
she rides or dies with like every game, which is insane to me.
These Tuesday night Knicks games, she's like, all you get is like, really? And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, right.
Oh
First of all, Knicks are the best team in basketball.
I'm not. God, you guys drank to cool it. Me and my brother think they're going to get bounced in the second round.
Oh, stop it.
Stop it. Okay, well, Absolute Eyewear sponsors the NFL Stinks List, my second to last one here. And I will say, look at me, I'm doing some
What do you mean second to last one of the year? It's the last one.
Next year. Well, next week's still.
We
don't do the playoff one.
Got it.
Because everybody doesn't stink who makes the playoff.
Jeff checking in from Toronto. He's a Raptors guy. He's also a Cowboys fan, so I know that.
Toronto Raptors. Oh, please. I'm going to get into a battle over the Raptors right now. Oh,
can you imagine?
God. You know what? The Blue Jays own the Yankees. Watch the Raptors will probably knock off the Knicks. AFC East. New England Patriots. Very good. Patriots are 13-3. I don't care. If you're a Jet fan now, this is just pain. And I hate the Patriots. Oh, my God. They're 13-3. The Celtics are good again. Boston doesn't suck, and they're the anti-Rutgers.
Don't they call it championship town or title town or whatever the fuck? They get it right.
I dropped the Bills to only good, 11-5. Sorry about that. I have the Miami Dolphins as average at 7-9. Listen, 7-9 is 7-9. The New York Jets, I'm sorry, you're atrocious. Terrible. What a terrible team they are. Very Rutgers. AFC North, Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm sorry, you're average. Ravens are average. Bengals and Cleveland Browns with Shador. Listen, in a matchup, Shador against Rodgers, and the winner is Shador Sanders getting involved here. He'll be, listen, I think it's great that he wins games, even though his stats stink too. He should play for Rutgers.
He threw a ball the other day, and my dad, I was saying to my dad, I was like, I think Cleveland might be in the quarterback market next year. Right, this guy is horrific.
But you know what, though? Did you hear his press? He's a little weird on the field, a little cocky. I get all that. But when these reporters ask him these really questions that could really, and he they asked him about losing his starting job. Did you see that one? He's like, it's the NFL, man. Everywhere. You can lose your starting job tomorrow. I think he is cocky on the field. He does stupid stuff. But when he gets in front of the media and they try to goad him into saying something stupid, I think he's smarter than you think.
Well, his father is definitely influencing him to make sure, hey, man, they can make or break your entire career if you don't answer this right.
Yeah, and I think he does that very well. And I think maybe if he gets more, I think he'll be in the league next year. Jacksonville Jaguars, very good. Listen, when you win 7 in a row and you've already opened up your Christmas gifts, you're very good. I don't care what anybody says. And Houston, Texas won 8.
You know who also took your advice? My brother, who decided to start Trevor Lawrence at quarterback in this championship game instead of Drake May.
There you go. Well,
I hate even saying it. It's just...
that's a shit move. Oh. Houston Texans, you win 8 in a row. You get the very good. Colts stink. Season started out promising, but then it went nowhere.
Dude, they started off 8-1 and missed the playoffs.
They've lost 6 in a row. Daniel Jones gets hurt. Tennessee Titans, you're atrocious. That's a bad team there. Denver Broncos, I hate doing it. I think this team is going to lose they're going to lose first round of the playoffs. They're going to lose. But I got to give them very good. I just got to. And you know what? The Chargers, you know what? You drop down to good. Kansas City stinks, and the Raiders are brutal. Wow. When you get smoked by the Giants, Pete Carroll, I don't know what they stink.
Every other team in the NFL is trying to suck out the power or the happiness that I had when we were beating certain teams. When we beat the brakes off the Raiders in Vegas and my brother's out there and shit, me and him were having a ball and we're like, yeah, beat the Raiders. And then to watch the Giants do the same damn thing, I'm like, huh. Same thing with the Chiefs. I'm like, we just beat Mahomes on Thanksgiving.
I know.
And I'm like, oh God, they suck.
That's the year Rutgers beat Penn State. Penn State finished 5-6 for the first time ever. So that's how you know. The Eagles, I'm sorry, you're only good. I thought about the Eagles. I don't like the Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. I have you all. It stinks. Tyson Hogan doing the NFC North with me. We both have the Chicago Bears as good. Green Bay Packers, Tyson has them as stink. I have them as average. I really wanted to make them stink, but I couldn't. He has the Minnesota Vikings as average. I think they stink. And we both have the Detroit Lions stink. It's another thing I called early on, the Lions stink.
Crazy.
Darryl Clark doing the NFC South. Now, I have the Panthers as average. He has them as stink. But you know what? 8-8. Chance to get in the playoffs, winning the division. Tampa Bay, we both think they stink. However, whoever wins out this weekend will.
No. See, that's what happened, Jimmy. So because of last night's debacle, right? Atlanta had no business being in that game last night, by the way, right? The Rams are trying to roll into the playoffs, right, and they just stunk it up.
So does that screw up?
The Falcons won. Now, look, If the Falcons beat the Saints next week, Carolina cannot win the division no matter what.
And then they're out of the playoffs? Yeah.
Out. But even if they win, like if Carolina beats Tampa next week, it was originally a win and in. But because of this debauchery that Atlanta decided to win,
okay, I did
now
not
all
know
of a sudden Carolina don't control their own. So now all of a sudden you're like, wait.
So wait a minute. So Tampa Bay has a better shot.
Either I say that it might be a Tampa, it might be a mix. I'm just saying it's no longer a win and in because of Atlanta.
So one of them, and is it the later game or earlier game?
They put that one on Saturday, I believe. They have 2 games on Saturday, and then the end of the weekend will end with Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
This big end of the season game could mean nothing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And
in regards to them making the playoffs,
I have Tampa Bay as stinks, and so does Darryl Clark. We both have the Falcons as average with a win last night. I had previously had them as stinks. And I have, for the first time this year, I think, New Orleans Saints as good, winning 4 in a row. I have them as good. I have them as good because they won 4 in a row. I got to give them credit just for now.
To improve their record to 4-12.
They're 6-10. When you win 4 in December, you're playing.
Hey, shout out to my man Kellen Moore, right? My old offensive coordinator.
And of course, now Seattle Seahawks. I can't believe I'm saying this. I have them as very good.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco 49ers, I have them as very good. They both won 6 in a row late. I'm big on that.
And now they're playing each other.
I have the Rams as good. Sorry. And of course, you know what? I really haven't. The Arizona Cardinals, they stink too. They're atrocious. I put them at atrocious. So we have 4 atrocious, only 10 stinks. See how next week goes. 6 average, 6 goods, and 6 very goods, down from 9. I sobered up a little bit. And that is the NFL stinks list. So, well, let's talk a little bit about some television shows here. By the way, I watched a fine edition of Call the Midwife last night. I was tearing up watching it. It was a wonderful show. I realized I have 3 more seasons to go. It's the best show on TV. But I've been watching that show Ripple on Netflix because my girl I worked with, Julia Chan, blonde, she's on the show. She's a lead in it. And I did Katie Keene with her on the CW. I played her father. And she was just a cool chick. And she had a baby. She lives in London. They shot this in Toronto. But Ripple is a really feel-good show. Maybe a little too feel-good. It's not for you, but your wife will love it. It's something you can watch.
She's probably watching it. She's been... not only is she watching her own shows now, she's texting a whole group of moms, and it's like, I don't exist anymore, by the way.
We're going to get to that once. I have a note here. It just says mom texts. And also, I got to, first of all, I don't know the official what's going on, but I want to give some thoughts and prayers to my comedian buddy, Mike Marino. I heard, I tried to get in touch with him. I'm sure he might, I don't know what's going on. He's having some health issues, and originally it came across the internet that he had passed, and I was like, no way. And he was the first guy to put me up in a middle spot to do 25 to 30 minutes, and he's been always good to me. Put me up when I need it, and if I needed help with something, he would give me a name or two. One of the good guys in the biz, very funny comedian as well, makes a living at it. I mean, a real living at it. And
yeah, but also, and again, yes, I hope he recovers, and I hope he's fine, and I hope everything goes well, and he gets back on his feet and continues to do what he does, right? But can we please, like, just for the love of God, until it's said from somebody of like relation or something,
I agree.
Can we not put out some crazy shit
to
make it think that somebody's gone? Like, that is beyond brutal.
Ronnie Marmo, who's from Woodbridge, he put out, hey guys, he's still alive, and like, please, like this, they got
you got text, I was texting people to try to confirm, and like, I'm like, why would anybody like put that in the universe? Like, why would you? Man, R.I.P. Like, what? You don't what?
You got to know more. Because you know what? You could have a nephew, a niece, an aunt, or an uncle who's maybe, you don't talk to every 5 seconds, and that comes across the thing. I don't really know what's going on. He might have some health issues. I will report back next week as soon as I know something. But a shout out to Mike Marino, South Plainfield's finest, and a big Belmar Shorehouse guy from back in the day, and a really good comedian and a nice guy. And I hope he's okay. Now you just brought up something. Yes, we were laughing over the. So there it is. So Dave gets married to a lovely gal, and most of Dave's friends' wives are friends with. She's friends with them, so it's all good. But then a funny thing happens. The kids go to school. And then all of a sudden you start seeing girls at the PTO meeting and this, that, and anything, and at the shitty cake drives, whatever they do now, right? And all of a sudden, let's do a group text. Me and Sharon and Cindy and Karen and all these people who you don't know, okay? And you'll never be able to match up. It'll take you 3 years to do this. First, you got to match up the wife to the husband. Then you got to match up the wife, husband to the kid. So you may know the kid because you see him in the playground, but you don't know who the dad is. You don't know who the mom is. And then you don't know that takes 3 years.
No shot. No shot.
And then you go on the group text. And this is where the power of the word. Elections are won and lost on these group texts because I know exactly what happens. You're sitting there, you're trying to be budget conscious in the new year. Okay, we spent some money. And then some girl named Cindy just goes, hey, why don't we take the kids to go see Wicked? And everyone's like, yes, what a great idea. And the next thing you know, $275 a ticket later, hey, honey, you going to come with us? I'm going to take Stella and Miles to go see Wicked. You're like, no, I'm not going to go because I don't want to spend the additional $275 because Cindy, who lives in downtown Dunellen, decides to fucking go to Wicked. And it goes on from there.
We were through the holidays. We were done with the adventures. They did something like every day of the holiday. I felt like she was doing the 25 days of Christmas. Like every day there was something else. So once we got through Christmas and they did another thing 2 days after Christmas, I was like, and she even said to our family group chat, hey, we're done, and shout out to my dad and bonus mom. They bought us the entire family are going to Great Wolf Lodge in February, which could be great. But that was going to be it, right? That's it. Like we're done. Let's get them to calm down, relax, enjoy the rest of their time off. They got another whole week off or whatever. And then, I get the text yesterday like, hey, we're thinking about going to see Zootopia 2. And I'm like, I was like, and honestly, the movies right now is the most expensive venture that you can possibly do, right? It's like, no matter what, kids' prices doesn't matter. They're like, oh, kids are only $7, but guess what? Small popcorn is $40.
It's awful.
Right, so I get this text and they're like, do you want to go? And I was like, my verbatim response was, I would rather eat glass than go and hang out with all the little guys and girls to watch Zootopia. I was like, if you want to take them, go. But in my mind, I'm like, I ain't spending that fucking money. You're out of your mind. Like,
you got to watch for? You got to watch for the injury report. Because that morning, your wife wakes up with sniffles. Hey, honey, can you just take the kids to Zootopia? Next thing you know, Dave is missing the NFC championship.
And you know what? And I'll pull what my dad would do to me. We got Zootopia at home. We can watch it on the TV. We're good. I'll never forget my dad tried to make me a Slurpee when I was a teenager. I was dying for a Slurpee. It was a tradition for me and my best friend, God rest his soul, John. We used to get a Slurpee every Monday night to watch wrestling, right? My dad does the whole we usually watch it at his house, and his parents just spoiled the hell out of this guy, man, and God bless him, right? And I said, my dad was like, hey Dad, we usually we get Slurpees on Monday nights, so he's like, there's some Slurpees, I'll make you a Slurpee, right? So
chopping the ice,
oh my blender, God. Coca-Cola, go, and it's like, Dad, that's not gonna work, that's not the same thing. Brutal experience.
There's certain homemade things that do not work at home, and that totally would have been me. I totally would have went for that. But yes, and also, how about this? Like a new bakery, a new restaurant will open up in town, and all of a sudden, there's 11 women on this list. We tried so and so's last night. I didn't like it at all, and they start bashing this place. This poor guy opened up a little restaurant trying to make a living, and 6 women are bashing it.
All it takes is one bad review, and you're
bad review. It's like
done.
It's way more powerful than Yelp. It's way more powerful than Facebook. It's these women group text chat. And the guys are like, nah, I got the steak. It was all right. Like, there's no I ate.
You're talking to the guy that would eat Domino's on certain nights. And I'm worried about the new pizzeria. What am I going to say about them? Come on.
Unbelievable. We laughed over that last night. Just it's crazy. And all of a sudden you will lose Matter of fact, at one point you'll be like, I don't even know where I haven't seen my wife in 6 weeks. She's out with
I'm telling you, man, it's different now. It's different. I used to be like, oh, this is great. She goes to bed. I watch the TV, like I'm watching my sports. All of a sudden. Now I look over and she's just
going on and on and
I'm
on.
like, who are you talking to? And then so like now I'm the jerk off. Like, who are you talking? As if I'm not on my phone like at all times.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm like, I get all, and then I'll make a joke. I'll make a joke with Stella. And Stella will be like, I had mommy's phone, right? And I was like, oh, yeah? I was like, hey, who's mommy talking to? Is there any of the Bills or Joe's? Like, uncle something or something like that. Care to share like what's going on? And she's like, yeah, there's a call. I'm like,
here we go.
Here we go. It's all started with a group chat, and here I am.
And your daughter is going to come home one day. Oh, Dad, Sue and I'm not on their Snapchat group. You're going to be like, what? This doesn't end. And me, but you know what, though? How many group texts are you on with Cowboy fans and texting and different things and all that?
Too many.
But
I've actually removed myself from more group chats than that. Like, 'cause sometimes I just can't handle it. Like if I'm having a bad day, and this just goes for group chat, like protocol. If I'm at a bad day and like it's just a downer day, like it just shit goes wrong all day. The last thing I want to see is like how happy everybody is.
I know. I agree.
Oh my God, I just want to remove myself, and then I'll be the one to tell my wife, like, "Hey, at some point, don't say anything. Just add me back, but just quietly, Yeah.
How about when you got like a certain football game going on and a million the chats are going, but in the middle of it, it's your dad like, "Hey, give me a call right away. I got to talk to you about something," and you're like. 4 hours later, hey, you didn't call me. What do you mean? Like in the middle of bullshit texts, something came through that happens to me all the time. And I'm like,
my dad's not very good at texting still in 2025, so he'll call me. Like he'll just be like, I'm bypassing all this shit. Like I'll call him.
Now, but see, you're an asshole because how about when I leave you a message and you go, and I'm very specific, and you go, I just thought you called. I'm calling you back. I left you exactly what I you to know. Anybody who doesn't use voicemail is a jerk off. That's my
in 2026. I want to, and this will never happen. I want to eliminate email. I think email is the worst. Like it's the one thing that I just don't want to check. It's just like because you know what?
It comes right on your phone.
Okay, man. Important email from Jimmy, but you know what's in the middle and the top of that? Spam, add, and I'm like I can't even find the shit. I'm like, just text me. Like it's a lot. It's the direct line to my phone. It bypasses all the bullshit.
But sometimes, listen. There's when you're an adult and you grow up. Sometimes emails are. You know what? From now on, I'm just going to email Miles and Stella. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, Miles, just let your dad know.
In the subject line, don't open this. This is for Miles. It's like, what?
Let your dad know that I'm sad about him losing $1,000 on the fantasy team because the guy's still on the team. All right. Well, listen, I want to give a shout out to all my Patreon members, all my crazy. I do have fans. We have fans of this show. 2026 is going to be a. You know what? We're going to go 9-8. 2026.
A lot better than 8-9.
Here we go. 8-9. I appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate all the crazy shit you guys type in, the Tysons and the Hogans and Darryl Clark and his family and everybody else and my entire family. And to you, Dave, I think the show's getting much better in the last year. We have fun. I like when we talk about stupid shit that just comes off our thing. And that's it. Happy New Year. And I will see you next Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
Thought you were about to drop. I thought you were going to drop the forbidden line, but you didn't. You said, "I'll see you next Tuesday," which also spells out cunt. But whatever.
What did I say? Okay. See you next. Okay.
Yeah, there's forbidden things you just don't do, and I've already been guilty of it. I was leaving my dad's house on Sunday night, and I kissed my dad, my stepmom. See you guys. All right. Hey, be careful. All right. I stopped dead in my tracks, and I was like,
I would just say instead of
I said, "This is my moment. This is it. This is the only chance I'm going to get." I was like, I'll see you guys next year.
I would just say,
and of course, I saw him like the next day, which didn't count.
I'm less of a CUNT guy, more of a twat guy here today. All fans 18 and over, come out, bring your twat. I remember my first twat day.
And there it is.
So I'm ending the show with twat. No, anyway.
If you've learned nothing else from the Jimmy Palumbo Show in 2025,
it's twat.